Hi everyone, hope you all are good. We are here for grade 7 maths. So you can find all the lessons on aplusstudents.com. You have to log in there using your email address and password provided by the administrator. Then you have to select math from the subject tab. Scroll down to grade 7 and then click on view all lessons. There you can find a list of the chapters. We're going to start with the chapter data and graphs. The lessons we're going to cover from the chapter are scatter plots, choose the best type of graph. Then we'll start the new chapter that is linear functions, and the lessons are find the slope from a graph. So let's just start with the first lesson that is from the data and graphs. So here I'm on grade 7 maths. The chapter is data and graphs. And here is the lesson that is scatter plot. So let's just start with the lesson. Okay, so let's just start with the first example. Does the scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? So we need to see the graph shows positive trend, negative trend, or no trend. So here is the definitions. You can see how you can see the trends. A scatter plot shows a positive trend if y tends to increase as x increases. Got it? Like if both the values are increasing, x is increasing and y is increasing, that means the graph shows the positive trend. A scatter plot shows a negative trend if y tends to decrease and x increases. Like if one of the variable is increasing and the other one is decreasing, that shows a negative trend. A scatter plot shows a no trend if there is no obvious pattern. So basically you have to make a line, best fit line of the data. Got it? So look at the scatter plot. As x increases, y tend to increase. You can see the x values. Here is the x values. X values are increasing. Here you have x value 8, y values are also increasing. Got it? Just look at the values. Where x is around 1, y is less than 1. Here x is 4, y is 3. Here x is 6, y is 6. X is 8, y is almost 9. Got it? That means the graph shows a positive trend. Got it? Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, does the scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? So there you can see all the values are scattered. Got it? You can see here you have x is 80, but y is almost 0. Got it? So that means the graph shows no trend. Got it? Because it's very scattered plot. All the points are scattered around across the along the graph. So that means the graph shows no trend because they are all the points are scattered, so it shows no trend. Okay, does the scatter plot shows a positive trend and negative trend? Just look at the values. Here you have x values. X is around 9. Here you have x is just 2, y is 10. X is 4, y is 2. X is 6. X values are increasing and y values are decreasing. The graph shows negative trend. Oh, it is no trend because all the points are scattered along the graph, so it shows a no trend. The graph shows no trend. Okay, does the scatter plot shows a positive trend or a negative trend or no trend? Okay, so just look at the values. X is 2, y is X is 8, like X increases, Y also increases, the graph shows a positive trend. Got it? As X values are increasing, Y values are also increasing, so graph shows a positive trend. Okay, does the scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? When graphs look like so scattered, that means it shows no trend. Got it? Because if it shows a trend, the points look likes to be along a line. Got it? Like for this one, you can see here the points are along. If you make a best fit line, the graphs are not scattered along the graph. Got it? So it shows a positive trend. Got it? X values are increasing and Y values are also increasing. Got it? So the graph shows a positive trend. Okay. Does this scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? Positive trend it is. X values are increasing and Y values are also increasing. You can just see the points, carefully see the points. And this one shows no trend. Got it? If you make a best fit line, all the points are they are not so scattered, but all the points are along the same point. Like X is 60, you have no not fixed value. So it is 50, it is 60, it is around 80, so it is no trend. Positive trend. Okay, as X increases, Y is also increasing, so the graph shows a positive trend. Okay, the next one is, does the scatter plot show a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? It shows no trend. All the points are scattered, so it shows no trend. Does this scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? So again, this one shows no trend. Okay, does this scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? Which is the correct option? You can see as X values are increasing, Y values are also increasing. So the graph shows a positive trend. Positive, positive. You can see all the points carefully. Here you can see X is 2, Y is 3, X is 4, Y values are increasing. You can see here around 8. X is 7, Y values are around 10. They are the positive. X is increasing, Y is increasing. So it will be a positive trend. Why you are saying negative trend? How it looks like negative? X values are increasing and Y value. You can see the points like this. Just look at the x-axis. Here you have values are 8. You can see the graph here. The values are 10, 9, 10. When X is 2, the graph has the value around 3. When X is 8, the values are around 9 and 10. So it would be the positive trend. Okay, which is the correct option? Does the scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? Which is the correct option? This one shows the negative trend. You can see all the points. Here you can see X is 8, Y is 0. Here you can see X is 4, Y has the maximum values 8, 9. But when X is around 8, it would be 0. X is around 9, so here the graph is, yes, that would be the negative trend. Okay, does the scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? Yes, that the one shows no trend because all the values are scattered on the graph, so it shows no trend. Okay, does the scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? So which is the correct option? Yes, that would be the positive trend. As x values are increasing, y values are also increasing. So that would be a positive trend. Okay, does this scatter plot shows a positive trend, a negative trend, or no trend? Yes, the one shows no trend. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. And the next lesson is, and the next one is choose the best type of graph. So you are given the data set. You have to select the graph type. How do you select which graph type you can use? Got it? So let's just start with the first example. Which is the best type of graph to show the number of geese, the number of ducks, and the number of pigeons in two different city parks? So you can have pictograph, line graph, double bar graph, and stem and leaf plot. Got it? So you can see how can you select the best type. The best type of graph to show the number of geese, number of ducks. You have to show represent all the data on the same graph. Got it? Three types of data: number of geese, the number of ducks, and the number of lines. So that means you can use the double bar graph. It compares two sets of data. Got it? Because you have more than one data set, so that means you can use the um, double bar graph. Got it? Okay, the next example is, okay, you can just see a pictograph compares, there here is an explanation which graph, the other type of graph, a pictograph compares two or more values that are multiples of a number. Got it? So if you have the multiples of the number and you have to compare two or more values, you can use the pictograph. Okay, then you have the line graph. A line graph shows a value that changes over time. If the values are changing over time, you can use the line graph. A stem and leaf plot shows the numbers in a large data set arranged by place value. So if the values are a large, if you're given with the large values, you can arrange them by the place value. That means you can use the stem and leaf plot in this case. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, what is the best type of graph to show the number of geese, number of ducks, and the number of pigeons in two different city parks? That's the one we just did. So you can use the double bar graph for this type of data. Okay, which is the best type of graph that shows the number of pages in each book on the bookshelf? Which is the correct option? Which graph you can use? Line graph, circle graph, pictograph, stem and leaf plot. Which is the correct option? You can use the stem and leaf plot, got it? Because in the books you have so many pages. So we just learned Stem and leaf plot can be used when you have the larger values in the data set, and you can arrange them by the place value. So it would be, yes, that would be stem and leaf plot you can use. Okay, which is the best type of graph to show the percentage of students who voted and did not vote in the school council election? Which is the graph you can use in this case? Stem and leaf plot, pictograph, double bar graph, or circle graph? Which one you can use? Circle graph, you have to compare these two values. So when you have, I think that would be the double bar graph because you have to compare two values. So when you have to compare two values, you can use the double bar graph. That's what I think. Oh, that is the circle graph. Let me just. The best type of graph to show the percentage of students who voted and did not vote in the school is percent circle. Oh, because you are given the percentages. Yes, for the percentages, you can use the circle graph. It shows percents, fractions, or part of the whole. Got it? That is the reason why we are going to use the circle graph, because in the circle graphs you can write them the values in the percentages, the fractions form, or the part of whole. Got it? What which type of graph would you use to show the number of students who play each instrument? Stem and leaf plot, bar graph, line graph, double bar graph. Which graph you can use for this type of data? Which is the correct option? Line graph. Hold on. Let me read again. Which type of graph would you use to show the number of students who play each instrument? Line graph is used when you have a time span is involved. I think that would be, I think that would be the bar graph. Let's see. Yes, that is bar graph because you can use the stem and leaf plot for the when you have the bigger data values given. Got it? Also, you can use the line graph when your time span is involved, and the other two I forgot their names. Got it? So I guessed the answer, but it that was the bar graph. Okay, which type of graph would best show the depth of a pond measured each month of a year? Okay, now you can see here the time is involved. Each month you are going to measure. Got it? So whenever the time is involved, you have to use the line graph. So for this one, for sure, you can use the line graph because you have to measure each month. Got it? So that's why you have to use the line graph. Okay, which is the best type of graph to show the number of fifth graders and the number of sixth graders who play the violin, piano, flute? So which is the correct option? Double bar graph, line graph, circle graph, stem and leaf plot. Which is the correct option? Yes, in this case, you're going to use the double graph, bar graph, got it? Because you're going to compare the fifth grader students and the sixth grade students who play violin, piano, and flute. So you can, whenever you are you are going to compare two things, you can use biggest answer. No, I am not using these tricks. I am the logic double bar graph you can use because you are going to compare two things. So when comparison involved, you can use double bar graph. Which type of graph would you use to show the number of cars in the parking lot each hour today? Which is the correct option? Do not believe on tricks. Use your mind, use logic. Stem and leaf each hour today. That means you're going to use line graph. Whenever the time is involved, you need to record the data after every hour. You can use the line graph. Which is the best type of graph to show the number of cows 40 farmers each now. Yes, that would be stem and leaf because 40 farmers are going to tell you the number of cows in their farm. So you can use the stem and leaf graph in this case, stem and leaf plot in this case. Okay, the next one is what type of graph would best show the number of states each student in the school has visited? Pictograph, stem and leaf plot, bar graph, circle graph, which is the correct option? Hmm. Okay, let's see if this is the circle graph. I'm not sure about this one, but let's see. That is stem and leaf plot. How? Let me see. The best type of graph to show the number of states each student in has school has visited is a number of stem and leaf plot. It shows the numbers in a larger data set arranged by the place value. So yes, that in this case, you can use the stem and leaf plot because I need to know what you think about these questions. I am here to explain things to you, not for myself. I already know these things. So your participation is very important for me. You know, teaching is fun when the students are involved with the teacher. I'm here for you guys, so you need to be involved with me in the lesson. What type of graph would you use to show the proportion of gold medals won by each country at the Olympics? Line graph, circle graph, stem and leaf plot, pictograph, which is the correct option? Same thing I'm doing for every grade, not for specifically grade 7. Used to show the proportion of, yes, your here the proportions are involved. So you can use the no, you can use the circle graph because the here you have proportions, fractions, percentages are involved. You can use the circle graph. So in this case, you are going to use the circle graph. Okay, you can complete the test by yourself later today. Let me just move on to the next lesson. Read the question carefully. You can select the you can find the answer from the question. Like for the last one, In the question, you are given proportions. So because the proportions are involved, so that's why you can use a circle graph. Got it? Okay, we are done with the chapter data and graphs. We're going to start the new chapter that would be linear functions, the very next chapter, grade 7 maths. And the chapter that is right next to data and graph is the linear functions. So let's just start with the linear functions. Let's start with the first lesson, that is find the slope from a graph. So you need to find the slope from a graph. Basically, first we're going to learn what is the slope. So the slope of the graph is, you need to learn the change in x values and change in y values. Got it? So what you have to do, you have to select any 2 points on the graph and you can find the slope. One easier way is you can find the slope direct from the graph. Let me just explain how. Let's suppose here we have a point. Mm, okay. Okay, just you can use any 2 points. Got it? First, number one, this one, and I'm going to use these 2 points. You need to see the change in x values and change in y values. They, on the horizontal axis, you have all the x values. This is the x values and this is the y values. So you can just see the change. Just look at these 2 points and the change in x value is just 1. Got it? And in the change in y value is, you have just 2 points. The point moved 2 point up and 1 point right. Got it? So it would be change in y divided by change in x. So y changes by 2 blocks and x changes by 1. That means the slope of the graph is 2. That is the easiest way you can check the value from the graph. Got it? And the other way is, you can select any 2 point on the graph, find their coordinates. Here it is, the second method. You can use this one. Just select the 2 points, any 2 points on the graph. Look at their coordinates, like these two highlighted, the two red points. The coordinate for this one is 2 and 0, x is 2, y is 0. And for this one, x is 3, you can see here, and y is 2. So it would be 3, 2. So use these 2 point change in y. The first coordinate is always the x coordinate. And the second one is the y coordinate. So y2 minus y1. So it would be 2 minus 0, that is y2. 2 minus 0 and 3 minus 2. So 2 minus 2 is 2 and it would be 2 over 1. So slope is 2. I don't know the highest point. I don't have the access for all these things. I just have the access to my own, only my own account. You can visit the Facebook page. I think there you can find this type of information. Okay, let's just start with the test questions. Okay, look at this graph. What is the slope? Okay, I'm going to select any 2 points. This one and this one. Got it? Just look at the change. You can see here 1, 2, 2 points on x-axis, and on the y-axis you have 1, 1, 2, and 3. You have 3 points here. So it would be 3 over 2. Change in y divided by change in x. You need to see the change in y value. Your y value is changing by 3 blocks and x value is changing by 2 squares. So it would be 3 over 2. Got it? That would be the easiest way. You can use the other one also. Let me just write down the coordinates. Okay, I'm going to use the same 2 points, this one and this one. Just write down the coordinates. So for this one, it would be 2 and 0, x is 2, y is 0. And for this one, x is 4 and y is 3. It would be 4 and 3. So change in y, this one is x1, this one is y1, that would be x2, and that would be y2. So it would be y2 minus y1. So it would be 3 minus 0 and 4 minus 2. So 3 minus 0 is 3 and 4 minus, so it would be 3 over 2. Got it, everyone? That would be 3 over 2. The correct option is 2, 3 by 2. So if you learn the method by using the graph, that would be very easy. Just select any 2 points. Got it? Like, okay, let's just start with the this one and this one. You can use any 2 points. That's why I'm selecting the other 2 points. You can see here it would be just 1 and it would be 2. So x changes by 1 and y changes by 2. So it would be 2 over 1. So that means the slope is 2. So the correct option is 2. Okay, look at the graph. Okay, this one. So x changes by 1 and y changes by 2. So it will be 2 over 1 and that equals 2. Got it? So the correct option is 2. Okay, the next one is who is going to tell me who is going to tell me the slope. Okay, let's select any 2 points. So y is x is changing by 2 and y is changing by 1. So it would be 1 over 2. That is 1 over 2. You can simply see, just select any 2 points, see the change in y and change in x. It would be 1 over 2. Or either you can use the method that is from for the coordinates one. Got it? It would be 1 over 2. So the correct option is 1 over 2. Okay, just select any 2 points on the graph. This one and this one. You, you can see by graph, here you have and here you have 1, 2, it would be 3. Not 2, it would be 3. Okay, let me just do it by selecting the coordinates. For this one, the coordinates are x is 50 and y is 10. It would be 50 and 10. And the coordinates for this one is x is 60 and y is 40. It would be 60 and 40. So it would be, they are x1, y1, they are x2, y2. So it would be y2 minus y1. That would be 40 minus 10 and c minus 50. 40 minus 10 is 30 and 50. That would be 10 times 3 is 30. That would be 3. Be careful, just look at them carefully. You can find by simply by the graph. Let me just explain the next one by the graph. Just look, just listen to me carefully. Okay, just select any 2 points on the graph. Got it? This one and this one. Got it? Just draw a triangle from here to here. Got it? It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2. Change in y is 2. You can see just 2 blocks is changing in y. And 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 points in changing. So it'd be 2 over 4, and that would be 1 over 2. I think you're just guessing the answers. It would be 1 over 2. Stop guessing the answers, use the logic. It would be 1 over 4. You guys are guessing. It would be 1 over 2. You guys are guessing the answers. That's why you got your answers wrong. Just use the logic I'm explaining. You'll get the answers. For the next one, use the logic. Okay, let's just select any 2 points. This one and this one. So just draw a triangle like this. It would be 1, 2, 3, and it would be through. So it would be 3 over 2. It would be 3 over 2. If you still have any problem, you can just contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Okay, just select any 2 points, one and this one. Just make a triangle like this. Here you have 3 and here you have 1. So it would be 1 over 3. So the correct option is 1 over 3. Very good. If just okay, we are done with the test. So we're working on grade 7 maths. The chapter we're working on is data and graphs. Lessons we have today are scatter plots and choose the best type of graph. Then we moved on to linear functions, and the lesson we have covered is find the slope from a graph. If you need more help with any of the lesson, you can contact any tutor on the Skype. They are available from Monday to Friday, 5 to 9. Got it? It's all for today. See you in the next session. Bye everyone.